A man is found dead on a beach in South Australia. No wallet, no ID. No one reported him missing. His clothes have no labels, every single one cut out. His fingerprints match no record anywhere on Earth. His face matches no missing person. The cause of death? A rare, virtually undetectable poison. And the last thing found on his body? A scrap of paper torn from a book with 2 words in Persian. Tamam shud. It means, it is ended. 75 years later, no one knows who he was. December 1st, 1948, Somerton Beach, Adelaide, Australia. It's early morning, and 2 people walking along the shore notice a man slumped against the seawall. At first, they think he's drunk or asleep. Someone even sees him later in the day, still in the same position, and assumes he's just napping in the sun. He is not sleeping. When police arrive and examine the body, something immediately feels wrong. The man is well dressed, impeccably so. A nice suit, polished shoes. He's physically fit, muscular, clearly someone who took care of himself. He looks to be in his 40s, and yet there is no one looking for him. No missing persons report, no family calling in, no one anywhere saying, "Where is he?" The autopsy makes things worse. The coroner finds signs of acute heart failure, consistent with poisoning, but can't identify the substance. The body shows no signs of a struggle, no marks of violence. He wasn't robbed. He still had a pack of juicy fruit gum, a half-used box of matches, and a nearly full pack of cigarettes in his pocket. A man who appeared to have simply sat down, watched the ocean, and died. Now here's where this case spirals into something almost unbelievable, because every clue the police found only made the mystery deeper. Every single label had been removed from every article of his clothing. His jacket, his trousers, his shirt, all gone. This takes time. This takes deliberate, careful effort. Someone worked very hard to make sure this man could never be identified through his clothes. The stitching on some of his clothing was unusual, done in a way that didn't match Australian tailoring of the time. Experts believed it was American or possibly Eastern European. So where was this man from? Days later, a suitcase is found at the Adelaide train station, checked in the day before the body was discovered. Inside, more clothes, all with labels removed. A robe, a knife, a screwdriver, and a length of cord. No name, no address, no receipt, no note. Despite sending samples to some of the best toxicologists in the world, the substance that killed him was never officially identified. Some researchers have speculated it was a digitalis compound, a rare, highly controlled cardiac toxin used in espionage circles during the Cold War. Others believe it was something even more obscure. Either way, someone knew what they were doing, but none of that, not the missing labels, not the mysterious poison, not the unknown suitcase, none of it prepared investigators for what they found next. Months after the body is discovered, during a second examination of his clothing, a detective finds something sewn into a hidden fob pocket inside the man's trousers, a tiny, tightly folded piece of paper, a scrap torn from a book. On it, 2 words in Persian script, Tamam shud. Police trace the phrase. It comes from a 12th century Persian poem called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a poem about love, fate, and the acceptance of death. The specific edition, almost impossible to find. Until a man comes forward, saying he found a copy of that exact rare edition in the back seat of his unlocked car, near Somerton Beach, around the time of the death. The torn page matched perfectly, and on the back of that book, In faint pencil marks, someone had written what appeared to be a code. Cryptographers, intelligence agencies, code breakers from multiple countries. None of them have ever cracked it. To this day, that sequence of letters has no confirmed meaning. Inside that same book, there was also a phone number. Police track it to a woman, a nurse, living in Adelaide. She is visited by detectives who show her a plaster cast of the dead man's face. The detective's report says she appeared, quote, very disturbed. She nearly fainted. She asked them to take the cast out of her sight, but she told them she didn't know him. She refused to give her full name to authorities. For decades, researchers referred to her only as Jestin, a nickname she'd written inside a different copy of the Rubaiyat she'd given to a naval officer years earlier. That same naval officer, Lieutenant Alf Boxall, was later assumed to be the dead man. But here's the twist. Alf Boxall was still very much alive. So who was Jestin passing that book to? Who wrote her phone number on that copy? And why did she react that way when she saw the dead man's face? She never told anyone. She went to her grave in 2007 with whatever she knew. Theory 1. Cold War spy. The timing is suspicious. 1948. The Iron Curtain just descended. The Cold War is heating up. The toxin, the removed labels, the unbreakable code, the connection to a woman linked to naval intelligence. This is textbook tradecraft. Some intelligence historians believe he was a Soviet spy or a Western counterintelligence operative, eliminated by the other side before he could talk. Theory 2. A man in love. Others believe the spy angle is overstated. They think he was simply a man, an immigrant perhaps, who had an affair with Jestin, fathered a child she could never acknowledge, and when she refused to see him again, came to the beach where they'd last been happy, and chose to end it. The Poison, the poem about fate and surrender, Tamam Shud. Theory 3. He was a ghost before he died. Some researchers point to something even stranger. There is simply no record of this man existing anywhere prior to that beach. No country, no ship manifest, no hotel, no employer, nothing. As if he was manufactured, created to be untraceable, which in 1948 was not easy to do by accident. Here's the thing. This story isn't frozen in 1948. It's still moving. In 2022, after years of legal battles, the body of the Somerton man was finally exhumed. DNA samples were extracted and uploaded to genealogy databases. In 2023, a researcher named Derek Abbott announced a significant breakthrough. Using genetic genealogy, the man was tentatively identified as Carl Charles Webb, an electrical engineer and instrument maker born in Melbourne in 1905. But even that raises more questions than it answers. Why was Webb in Adelaide? Why the fake death? Why does every trail go cold? Why did Jestin react the way she did? And who, if anyone, sent him there to die? The Somerton man walked onto a beach one evening. He sat down, watched the water, and somewhere in the quiet of that Australian night, he decided it was over, or someone decided it for him. Either way, he left behind no name, no past, and a mystery so deep that 3 generations of investigators, codebreakers, and obsessives have never untangled it. A scrap of paper, a dead man, 2 Persian words, Tamam Shud. It is ended.